I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a regular visitor here. And if this is your first time here, a big welcome to you. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And today I'm bringing you one of my short heads up videos, but this is the heads up for the sign of Aries for the month of March 2023. It's a big month. And it's for the sun in Aries or for the rising sign, also known as the ascendant. Aries, this really is a super powerful month of change, not just for Aries, but for all of us. There are kind of like three signs that are really highlighted this month. One being Aquarius, one being Pisces, do my little swimmy fishes, my oceans of emotions, and also your sign Aries. So let's just start to unpack some of this dynamic energy, because you really are going to notice the energies shifting this month. I can promise you that. If things have been stuck, frustrated, just not shifting, this is the month when the change begins. Let's start with our planet of communication, Mercury, because Mercury is in Pisces at the start of the month. Now, this, of course, is the part of your chart where you do that inner reflection. It's where you can feel sometimes a bit lost, a bit alone, because it's Pisces. So there's a sense that sometimes with this energy, what you need to do, in fact, is actually learn to have, with Mercury here, some good discussions with yourself, some good self-talk, some good self-reflection, maybe with a trusted friend, maybe with a counselor or a coach. Now, Mercury is going to be in this part of your chart until the 19th, and then it moves into your sign. And that's super cool, because this is where you kind of come out of the shadows and you are going to start to have plenty to say about all manner of things that perhaps you've been keeping quiet about. But more of that later. Let's just briefly look at the full moon this month, because the full moon is on the 7th of March and it's in Virgo, and this is the part of your chart which is very much to do with your day-to-day routine. So I think there will be significant changes in your routine. It may be connected with your work. It may be connected with the inner work you've been doing on yourself, whilst you start to think about what next? Where do I want to go to next? How do I want the next part of my life to unfold? Not that all of that's going to happen this month, but because of the significant astrological changes this month, it is going to be something that is foremost in your psyche. Because the same day that we have this full moon in Virgo, Saturn, my big outer boy Saturn, our planet of restriction, of boundaries, of timing, of rules, finally moves out of Aquarius and into the sign of Pisces. I'm going to be doing a lot of that today. So into the sign of Pisces, which of course is your 12th house. This is really going to be super helpful for you, Aries, because you know, like I was saying, that Mercury is going to help you in Pisces think about looking within and really having a bit of kind of self-talk and maybe some support from a counselor. Well, with Saturn moving into this part of your chart, you're going to begin to be able to make sense out of a lot of feelings that you've had, which you've just got a bit lost in and washed away in. That Pisces energy has really taken its toll on you over the last few years. And now that Saturn is moving into this part of your chart, and I have done a separate video about Saturn's move into Pisces, where I look into it in much more depth, because this really is a big, major shift of energy. So it really is going to give kind of grounding and structure to this inner part of you that has felt actually quite insecure and wobbly and vulnerable. So if we move on a bit with the energy, we've then got our lovely planet of expansion, luck and opportunity, which of course is in your sign Aries, and it's going to be conjunct Chiron. Now Chiron, as you know, is the wounded healer, and Chiron has been in your sign for 2 or 3 years now. And on the 12th, these two finally meet up and come together. Now, this also, I think, is going to be super good for you, Aries. The first house and the sign that we are born under, which is Aries in your case, or your rising sign. It's about our identity. It's how we want to sort of show ourselves to the world. And you will be showing yourself really having come out of a long dark tunnel from 2 or 3 years of really quite difficult challenges, and feeling that you can begin that healing. And this Jupiter is really going to help with that. Now, there's a caveat to that. Interesting word, caveat. Not really quite sure what it means, but answers in the description box underneath in the comment section. But I do think I know what it means. It's like in addition to, but it just popped into my mind. But in addition to that, now I've forgotten what I was going to say. Okay, so yes, Jupiter Chiron in Aries. Well, in addition to that, what can happen if you've not done the inner work on yourself? Now, somebody asked me in one of the comments on a recent video, what do you mean, the work? Well, everything that happens in the external world and people we come in touch with are reflections of what goes on in our inner world. And events that happen to us often are signals or signs from the universe, from the divine, about an aspect of ourselves that we need to change or to work with, to deal with. Now, if you're always externalizing your feelings and about whatever is happening in your life, if you're reacting rather than responding to situations, if you're into blaming or just not taking responsibility, then this is where the word comes in again, the caveat with Jupiter, is that it can expand the wounds that you are carrying in a much more sort of wounded way, so that it can really feel as if you've got so much work to do. So there can be a little bit of danger of falling down into that pit of despair. But what you need to know is that you can turn that round. Because if you do slip back into that pit, just remember that Jupiter can also work for you in an opportunistic way and with luck. So kind of make an agreement, if you like, with the cosmos. Okay, I will do the inner work. I will take a look at my part in everything. I will take responsibility for my decisions and my actions. With that attitude, it will soften that Jupiter conjunct Chiron energy. So moving on from that energy, we then move on the 20th, the sun will move into your sign. So it's been in your 12th house Pisces. Here we go. And it's been in there kind of shedding light on areas of your inner self that you really need to pay attention to. It will come into your sign on the 20th with the spring equinox. I'm also doing a separate video about that, so a deeper look at how that can affect you. And we will have this Sun in Aries energy heralding, of course, that time of year when you can say you've been round the sun yet another whole year, another 12 months to have gone round the sun. Now, the day after the spring equinox, on the 21st, we have the new moon in your sign, Aries. This is giving you a wonderful opportunity to almost come out of the shadows, reinvent yourself and say, I may have been through difficult times, challenges, a long dark tunnel, but I am recovering. I'm strong, I'm vibrant, and I have the ability to really be assertive with myself and to get myself out of the kind of the doldrums and the difficulties that you've experienced. Well, some of you have, and quite a few of you have. Some Aries that I know have been through some particularly tough times. So that is changing. This energy is giving you the opportunity to change all of that. And we've also got, if we look past that, there's a lot happening in the middle of this month. And Venus, that is by now in Taurus, Venus rules Taurus. So this is your second house of finance. It's conjunct the North Node. And this is on the 21st. Now, I think that's really super interesting. It's the same day as the new moon. And you know what I think this is going to be kind of presenting to you is an opportunity for more money to come into you, for you to find a new income stream. That can really, really be a super helpful expression of this energy. And when Venus comes up to conjunct Uranus, my big outer boy Uranus, our planet of shocks, the unexpected, freedom, innovation, invention, well, that's on the 30th. And there could be all sorts of unexpected benefits that come your way in terms of the financial kind of side of your life. So, you know, there's a lot looking up for you this month. And finally, before we finish your reading, I'm going to talk about our big outer boy Pluto, who is also known as a dwarf planet, but he is a planet. Pluto, of course, is our planet of transformation, our planet of strength and power, our planet of digging deep down into the muddy pit to find the nugget of gold. Now, this is major, major energy, and I have and will be, if it's not up already, be doing a separate video all about Pluto moving into Aquarius on the 23rd of March. And this is super exciting for you. You've had Pluto in your 10th house for about 15 years. And while it's been there, it's been bringing a lot of changes to your working life and what you're passionate about. Moving into your 11th house, Aquarius, this is going to kind of give wings to your dreams. This is going to enable you to have much more ability to see how you can really capitalize and use the gifts you've got and launch projects that you've been perhaps, they've been delayed, they've been just not happening, they've just, it's all just been a little bit difficult to get anything new going. So you see, Aries, there is a lot of incredible helpful energy this month for you. And what I do want to say before I finish your reading is that, you know, this is probably one of the most important months of not only the year, but of the last few years and the next few years. How things develop this month. So what I'm trying to do is encourage you to use the energy as constructively and purposefully as possible. What you set in place this month, the seeds that you sow in the areas of your life that really matter for you, be it health, relationships, work, colleagues, whatever it is that you really want to change and shift the energy with, this is the month to do it. You may not see the results straight away, excuse me, but this will be the month that with hindsight, you will look back and go, ah, that's when the changes started. And when you started to feel a lot less anxious and a lot better. Okay, Aries, thank you so much for joining me for your astrological overview for the month of March 2023. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things that a lot of you do. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. And I look forward to seeing you next time, and take care and bye for now.